Developing a strong sense of empathy can help you truly understand the needs, wants, fears, and desires of your users. In today's video, I will introduce you to a tool called Empathy Map and share how it can help you learn about your users. Empathy is a user's ability to identify and understand another person's situation, including the emotions that they are experiencing. As the name suggests, an empathy map is a tool that can help you build empathy with your users by helping you to understand and visualize what you know about them. The tool is a canvas divided into several sections, with the user and the person who will be using your product, the one that you want to empathize with, in the center. This visualization will help you understand what the user is saying, thinking, doing, and feeling while using your product. This tool is used to visualize all this information in a format of a diagram that you can use in the product design. Each time when you want to evaluate your product design decision, you will rely on this diagram for that. Empathy Map Canvas can also include a section called Pain. This section describes the user's pain point when they are using your product, challenges and obstacles that stand in the user's way. And Gain. What does the user stand to gain from using your product? What success look like for the user? What dreams or goals do they have? Empathy Map has a few benefits. It helps team members to build a shared understanding of the target users, to think and refer to a user in the same way. Team members can also use this tool to articulate what they know about their users and use this information to evaluate design decisions. The perfect moment for creating an empathy map is the beginning of your design process. It's a time when you conduct a user research in order to understand the user needs and wants. An empathy map will help you to summarize all this information and understand what additional research you need to conduct in order to better understand your users. Here are a few benefits you need to do. Here are a few things that you need to do before creating an empathy map. You need to answer the question, what is the primary reason you want to create an empathy map? There are two typical cases where a team needs to create an empathy map: for general understanding of the target audience, or for understanding a specific task or situation. This understanding will help you to define the scope of your mapping, and this scope will help you to be focused while you search for the data to fill out your map. When you know your goal, you should invest in user research to learn about your users. It's recommended to use qualitative research methods such as user interviews or moderated usability testing to get this understanding. For example, you can conduct a series of user interviews, one-to-one sessions with people who represent your target audience to understand how they think and feel about your product. Now let's talk about how to fill the canvas. Empathy Map has 4 quadrants with the avatar of the user in the center. Each quadrant should be filled with information about your users. The top left quadrant should be filled with the specific things that the user literally said during the qualitative research. The top right quadrant is think, and it should be filled with the specific things that the user is thinking while interacting with the product. You can collect this information by asking the user to think out loud during the usability testing session. Alternatively, you can ask the user to verbalize what they are thinking if you notice that the user has some problem with your product. The section Does is all about actions that the user takes in a product in order to get the job done. You can see the actions by observing the user behavior during the usability testing sessions. And Feels about explanation of the user mood and emotions. This information helps product designer to identify pain points, areas where the user faces friction and becomes frustrated. If you struggle to complete one of the quadrants, it's a clear indication that you have a gap in your user research. You need to do more research to gather required information. When it comes to creating design artifacts like empathy maps, teamwork can provide a lot of benefits. It's recommended to conduct a team session, print out an empathy map template, pin it on the wall, and ask your teammates to fill out the template with the sticky notes based on the information they have about their users. There is a reason why you want to use sticky notes. Sticky notes can be easily removed or grouped and your map won't have any unnecessary or irrelevant information. After you create a map, you should use it to create a user persona. Empathy maps are not a replacement for user personas. Empathy maps typically serve as a foundation for the user persona. They help you to create a more detailed persona model. Empathy maps will show you the areas where you need to do more research. That's why empathy mapping sessions should always end up with a discussion about the findings of the mapping and a summary of results and the agreement on the next step for the product team. At the end of the mapping session, it should be clear for all team members what they should do next. Socializing empathy maps among team members is critical to moving your design team forward towards action. Empathy maps can be an excellent addition to your product documentation or even become an actionable tool. One of the easiest ways to keep the empathy map at the top of the mind of everyone is to turn it into a physical poster and hang it on the wall in your office, or pin a PDF version of it to a team communication channel. Developing a deep understanding of the people you design for is vital if you want to build a successful product. When based on the real data, an empathy map becomes an integral to understanding your target audience. It will help you build a shared understanding of your users' wants and needs and help your team in design decision process. If you like this video, please subscribe and click on this tiny bell icon so you'll never miss a new video. Thank you!